What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to TTP Sports, and I cannot believe the Phillies lost that game. You go up 6-1 in the top of the fourth inning, and you think from there, Michael Lorenzen, just take the ball, get quick outs, be efficient, and that's the ball game. Basically, that's everyone's thought from there. Sadly, that wasn't the case. Sadly, Michael Lorenzen became human today. Sadly, Michael Lorenzen, directly after you make it 6-1, just completely implodes. And it all starts from a very uncharacteristic mistake by Johan Rojas in the outfield, just basically booting a ball out in center field, a ball that he easily catches. It just goes boop, in and out of the glove. In and out of the glove. There's no excuses for that. He made a mistake. It's something that he doesn't. He'll make the catch next time. I guess you could say it happens, but yeah, that's inexcusable. You should be dropping that ball in that scenario. But then that drop ball just completely starts, a butterfly effect. The drop ball happens. Lorenzen can't record an out. Single after single after single after single. Sooner or later, the leads start getting closer and closer and closer. Sooner or later, it's 6-4. And then sooner and later, it's C.J. Abrams taking Lorenzen deep to give the Nats the lead. 3-run bomb. 7-6. And you're like, what the hell just happened? What the hell just happened? There's no excuse for it. There is no excuse for it. Bullpen, Gregory Soto does allow a run, but that's also, counter to Alec Bohm booting a grounder that he probably should have. A run scores because of it. And I'm just thinking to myself, try to keep it a 1-run lead, and maybe your offense can find a way to pull through. But then, of course, your offense gets bases loaded for Trey Turner, and he can't do anything. Sadly. And I'm thinking to myself, also in that situation, that's the game. That situation, that's the game, because I do believe it was the bottom of the 7th inning where the Nationals tacked on that extra run. So, that sucks. Kyle Schwarber made it a 1-run lead in the top of the 9th inning with a solo bomb, his second of the night. Sadly, your offense just had 3 terrible at-bats later on after Schwarber. Bohm grounds out, Bryce grounds out, and then Nick Castellanos strikes out. Unacceptable loss. Unacceptable loss. Can't happen. Can't happen. Win the series now. Win the series. You can bounce back. You can firmly bounce back. I'm not happy about tonight. You can bounce back, though. Win the series. Win tomorrow. Christopher Sanchez on the bump. And then it does get a little weird because you do a little bit of a road trip to Williamsport for the neutral site game, the Little League World Series game. So that's the nationally televised broadcast. So yeah, there's going to be a little bit of weirdness there. It's a 4 o'clock start tomorrow, then 7 p.m. on Sunday. So there's definitely a little weirdness. Get a win tomorrow. Feel good on the, the plane or the bus ride, whatever it's going to be, going to Williamsport. So you can feel good to try to get a series win on Sunday. That's all you can do from here. That's all you can do from here. No need to dread on this. No need to, mope in yourselves, feel sorry for yourselves. Bounce back tomorrow, win a ball game. Christopher Sanchez on the bump, score some runs from him, and he'll do his job. That's all you can ask for from here. That's all you can do. I'll be more frustrated if you do tend to lose this series. I'll definitely be more frustrated if that's the fact. Because I don't want this to be a case of you looking ahead to the San Francisco Giants series. I don't want that to be the case. Where you're taking, the Nationals lightly, and you overlook the series, and you make one too many mistakes, and it turns into you losing the series while you're too busy focused on San Francisco Giants, Gabe Kapler at home, because that's a huge series in terms of the wild card. Now, in terms of the wild card standings, the San Francisco Giants, they are playing the Atlanta Braves this weekend. So that definitely does benefit you in the case that, they're playing one of the best teams in baseball. So the Giants might not even win that series. So you lose today, they lost tonight. I believe they got shut out by the Braves. So there's really no movement in the wild card standings for that standpoint. And I do believe the Miami Marlins, they play the Los Angeles Dodgers this weekend. So we'll see what happens there in terms of the wild card standings. So basically for tonight, no movement at all. You lost the game, they lost the game. It stays the exact same spot where it was coming into the night. And I believe that was 2 games above the Giants in that first wild card spot, if I'm not mistaken. I believe that is the case for the wild card standings. I should double check that. I don't know why I don't have the tab open because, I'm not prepared. Yep, still 2 games. No, actually, it's a game and a half. Game and a half. I guess they didn't count it or something like that. I don't know why it's a game and a half. That's weird. No, it's 2 games. It's 2 games. I'm completely fumbling over that. It is 2 games. I don't know why I was making that sound more difficult than it was. But the Giants, they are definitely slumping as of late. They only 3-7 in their last 10. They've lost 2 in a row. They're 64-58. We're 10 games above 500. Even though I feel like to myself, I shouldn't be worrying too much about the other teams in the wild card race, because at the end of the day, the Phillies do control their own destiny at this point. All you do is win the series that are in front of you and just stay on top of those wild card standings and let the other teams do what the other teams do. That's basically all you can do at this point. It's kind of hard not to look at it when you're like, this close in the standings. That's just my thing, Still, you control your own destiny, take care of your own business, and then you don't have to worry about the other teams. That's basically it there. Worry about yourself, and then if you want to, take a glance over at the, scoreboard, say after you win a game, just to see what the other teams did. Maybe that's the best way to look at it. But I'm a crazy guy, I'm a psychopath, and I constantly have to scoreboard watch. Because that's what this team does to me, boys. That's exactly what this team does to me. Holy hell. Holy hell. I don't know, man. Weird. Very weird. But let's see, in terms of this game where everything went wrong. Because it really went wrong. Michael Lorenzen is the key to that, because he was human today. He was human. 2 really good starts to start off his Phillies career and a really bad start. He was not good. He was not good today. I'll tell you that. And I do believe he has a quote after the game talking about how he felt in terms of, because, he had the long, period off between his last start and tonight. Basically like a whole week at this point, like 7 to 10 days. So maybe that could be a factor into it. Maybe he just got out of his groove. I don't know. But I feel like that still should be enough to, at least, pitch good. Pitch good, at least. For some reason, I cannot find this quote from Lorenzen. I cannot find it. I cannot find it at all. Well, I'm not going to strive off of it. But I guess if you want to look at some positives, offensively, Kyle Schwarber goes deep twice. That's just him going off against the Nationals. That's just what he's been doing his entire career. And basically ever since he joined the Phillies, he's been torching the Nationals. So that's probably just where he's most comfortable at this point. So, if Kyle Schwarber goes off this series, I will not be surprised at that. JT had a nice, 2-run double to give the Phillies the lead early on in the ballgame in that top of the 4th inning. Sadly, it's just, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? Let's see, yeah. Bottom of the 2nd inning, Nationals get on the board first. Phillies have a chance to, do some stuff after a Jake Cave double in the 3rd. They don't score there. Then you go to that top of the 4th. Harper leads off with a double. Then you get 2 outs in a row. So all the damage for the Phillies in the 4th is done with 2 outs. Turner walks. JT doubles to score 2 runs. Jake Cave doubles to score JT. Makes 3-1. Rojas singles, 4-1. Schwarber with the home run, 2-run shot, 6-1 there, and then it just gets all out of control. For Michael Lorenzen in the 4th, a pop-up, so he gets 1 out to start the 4th. And then Smith reaches in on a fielding error by Rojas, which is, the drop ball in center field, a ball that Rojas should have. He just boots it. Garrett with a single, so it moves the runner to the 1st and 3rd. Then a Lewis singles, makes it 6-2. Vargas walks after fouling off 20 billion pitches. It was just a very long at bat. Rutherford singles, the 9-hole hitter, scores 2 runs. It's a 6-4 ball game, and then CJ Abrams on the first pitch just nukes it. 7-6. Top of the 5th, Phillies don't do anything. They go down 1-2-3. Top of the 6th, nothing there as well. After Jake Cave 2-out single, Nats get that extra run in the bottom of the 6th inning off of Gregory Soto after an Alec Boehm error. 8-6. Phillies get the bases loaded in the top of the 7th inning. Boehm with a single, Harper with an infield single, Stott with a walk, and then Turner strikes out on a pitch he should probably drive. Bottom of the 7th inning, Covey does his job. Top of the 8th, Phillies go down 1-2-3. Bottom of the 8th, Covey gets into trouble, but he gets out of it. In the top of the 9th, Schwarber with the leadoff shot, but then the rest of the offense doesn't do anything, and you lose by 1 run. So, that's the game. That's the game for you. That is the game for you. Offensively, the lineup, Kyle Schwarber goes 2 for 3 with 3 RBIs, 2 home runs, and a walk. Alec Boehm 1 for 5. He definitely is in his cold streak now. He was very hot for like the past 2-3 weeks at this point, but ever since, this week started, he's been very cold. Bryce Harper, he went 2 for 5. Nick Castellanos 0 for 5 with 4 strikeouts. It was not Nick Castellanos' night. Bryson Stott 0 for 3 with a walk. Trey Turner 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. JT Realmuto 1 for 4 with 2 RBI. Jake Cave had a fantastic night. 2 doubles and a single. 3 for 4 with an RBI. Rojas with 1 for 4 with an RBI. Phillies went 4 for 10 with runners in scoring position. Left 6 runners on base. Nationals, they went 6 for 9 with runners in scoring position. Michael Lorenzen, 3 1/3 innings, 8 hits, 7 runs, 6 of those earned, 1 walk, 1 strikeout, 74 pitches. 3.57 ERA on the year. Hoffman came in to finish the dirty work. He got the work done, 19 pitches, 2 strikeouts. Gregory Soto, 1 inning, 2 hits, 1 earned run, 16 pitches. It should be an unearned run because of the Alec Boehm error. It should have been an error, but they probably counted it a hit. Dylan Covey got 2 innings of work, so he ate the rest of it for the bullpen. What else are you going to do? What else are you going to do? Shouldn't have lost this game, especially when you went up 6-1. But that's where we stand. That's where we stand. Just is. Just is. You lost this game. You should have won it. But no, shouldn't be dwelling on it. You still have a chance to win the series. That's the way I'm going to look at it for now. If you don't win the series, I'm going to be more pissed. That's all it says to here. It just is. This team. 10 games above 500, and this team just continues to frustrate me. I don't understand it. Really, I wish this team was just on par with the Braves, to where I could just be confident in them every single night. Yeah, just look at it. 32-32 on the road. That's one of the reasons why they don't have as good as a record as they probably should have. They're 500 on the road. Way better at Citizens Bank Park. That explains it for you. The lackluster hitting, inconsistent hitting, even though the offense has been fine the past 2 games. So, I'm not worried about that. The pitching definitely has been suspect as of late. Hopefully that's just not overusing the leverage and everything there. So, who knows? Who knows? Who knows? I don't know, man. I don't know. Win the series, that's all that matters. Win the series. I'm not even demanding sweeps anymore at this point. I've always been stressing just win series. So, that's all I gotta do. What are you gonna do? What are you going to do? Well, Julian, they're a mediocre team that's 10 games above 500. I get every wild card team sucks. It's what is there at this point? Every wild card team sucks for the AL too. That's just, that's the nature of wild card teams. They're not on par with division leaders. They're not going to get the job done most nights on nights that they should. It's the same exact thing that was last year. Like, seriously, if you go on the stats with this team, they're exactly on par with last year's team. It's exactly the same. Even though it might feel different, it's exactly the same. There is a stat, I think it was before today's game, that I remember seeing this. It was before today's game. It was either yesterday or it was this afternoon. I gotta find that stat. Where is that stat at? Where? Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. In 2022, the Phillies scored 4.61 runs per game, hit 253, 317 on base, and slugged 422. They had a 3.97 team ERA. We're 65 and 55 after 121 games. In 2023, the Phillies are scoring 4.63 runs per game, are hitting 255, a 323 on base, and a 421 slugging, and have a 3.96 ERA. Are 65 and 55 after 121 games. They're the exact same as they were last year. Exact same. So, they're a good baseball team. They're just not on par with the upper echelon. This is the nature of a wild card team. And yeah, losing games like this, it's going to happen to a wild card team, Julian. It's going to happen like that to a wild card team. If this is like the Atlanta Braves, if this is like the Texas Rangers, the Los Angeles Dodgers, who else? The Baltimore Orioles. Those teams don't blow games like this because they're in the upper echelon. So, that's the nature of a wildcard team. They're not always going to win and take care of business when they should. Now, is that an excuse? Yes, but that's the nature of it. That's the nature of this team. They're still 10 games above 500. They've still been one of the best teams in baseball since, like June. Or even May at this point. But, it's just... it's what happens. And they're still, on pace for the same amount of wins they had last year. Maybe they get 90 if they get hot enough in September, which they got a lot of tough series in September with the Braves and all that crap. But they're literally, right on par for where they were last year. They're just in a better spot in the wild card because the rest of the teams suck. So, yeah, it's still, you can say, just get into the playoffs and get hot. I still believe that because we've seen it so many times in the past couple of seasons with baseball. We saw it with the Phillies last year, obviously. You saw it with the Braves in 21. You saw it with the Nationals in 2019. It's very plausible to happen again with any wildcard team. All you have to do is get hot at the right time. It's just you're going to be seeing a lot of frustrating baseball. You're going to be seeing a lot of frustrating baseball. So you never know. You never know. That's just, like I said, the nature of a wildcard team. They're not going to take care of series that they're going to take care of. Still, the series isn't over. You still have a major chance to win it. That's just it. That's just it. And I think the record against the National League East, it does look a lot worse because you don't play as many games against the National League East as you did last year because of the balanced schedule. And also, you're not winning every single game like you did against Miami. You're not winning every single game like you did against Washington. So it's a little bit different there. Yeah. But this team is going to make the playoffs. I'm not guaranteeing what they're going to do with it. I'm not guaranteeing that they're going to do anything in the playoffs. I'm not guaranteeing that they're not going to do nothing in the playoffs. See how it goes. See how it goes. That's all you can do from here. They control their own destiny at this point. Do they win this series? I still think they win this series. It's just frustrating with the way they have to go in these situations. Like, why can't these games be easier? Well, there's a simple explanation to that. Why is it never easy? Because the Phillies are a wildcard team. Some of these games, a lot of these games, are never going to be easy. Because you're not on that tier yet. I think in the next few years, the Phillies might get to that tier where they're just dominating the league. But this year, they're not. Or maybe they're just not built to dominate through the regular season. Maybe they're just built with the ups and the downs, and a team that can get hot, and a team that can, thrive off the adversity because they've been through it so many times during the regular season. I have no idea. I'm just looking for things. I just didn't think it was, I'm frustrated with the loss. I'm just not going to scream down the team's neck because I want to wait to see what happens with the rest of the series. That's all. That's all. Nothing happened in regards to the wild card tonight. Giants lost. You lost, so nothing lost or gained there. It's just the way it is. It's just the way it is. I know Miami's playing Los Angeles tonight. I'm not sure if they did start. It's 1-1 in the second inning. I do believe Miami and the Dodgers are playing a doubleheader tomorrow because there's like supposed to be like a hurricane hitting California on Sunday, so they're canceling those games and moving them to Sunday. So we'll see how that works out. We'll see how that works out. But yeah, that's where I stand. That is where I stand. Frustrating loss, no doubt. Still, you have a chance to win the series. Christopher Sanchez is going to be on the mound tomorrow. Who is on the mound for Washington again? I forget. Jake Irvin. 3-5 at a 4.76 ERA. He's beatable. That's basically it. Even though they've won his last 5 starts so far. Yep, they won his last 5 starts, so he's due for a loss. Even though he didn't record the win, they've won the games he's pitched. That's basically it. That's it. For the San Francisco series, it's going to be actually for there's a little bit of a pitching update just because of Ranger Suarez. I believe it was hamstring inflammation or something like that. So they're going to be skipping his next start and giving him a rest. So they're going to skip that next start. Zack Wheeler's going to bump up to Sunday. So with the 6-man rotation and the days off that you had this week, you can afford to move Zack Wheeler up a day. So Zack Wheeler is going to be pitching on Sunday in Williamsport against the Nationals. He's going up against Trevor Williams. And then your rotation for San Francisco is going to look like Aaron Nola, Taijuan Walker, and Michael Lorenzen. That's what it's going to be looking like. And for the San Francisco series, you only have one pitcher that is confirmed for that, because right now 2 of the other pitchers are not confirmed. The only pitcher for San Francisco that is confirmed is the Wednesday game, and that is Alex Cobb. No other pitcher is confirmed right now. So we'll see what happens there. Then you play St. Louis, the Angels. So who knows? We'll see. We'll see. Win tomorrow. Win tomorrow. It's mandatory. Win tomorrow. The team that is the Philadelphia Phillies. They drive us crazy. They drive us crazy. So what are you going to do? What are you going to do? Bounce back tomorrow, win a game. Christopher Sanchez on the mound. Offense, they did score 6 runs, but sadly that was all in 1 inning. So I need to see more consistent, sustained pressure from the offense. So we'll see how it goes. I see some of you guys here in the comments. Hey Dave, how you doing? Can you and Julian go one stream without arguing, please? I feel like every time you and Julian are in the streams, you guys argue. It's okay for you guys to have your own separate opinion. Don't have to force it down each other's throat. That's all. I want respect in my live stream chat. I want respect. Bucket Getter, how you doing? Terrible loss, but we bounce back like we always do after a bad loss. Hopefully that's the case, man. Hopefully. That's the nature of having 3 wildcard spots. Some teams that don't deserve it to be in the race are going to be in the race, like the Marlins and like the Reds. That's the, the Robert Manfred impact. But you wouldn't have got that World Series run last year if there wasn't a wild card spot. Phillies aren't beating the Braves. We'll see. We'll see. Yeah, the Braves do make everything look easy because they're a great team. They are. Still not guaranteed success in the playoffs, though, so we'll see. We'll see. All right, boys, I think I'm going to end it there. Had a long day. I'm tired. Still can't believe they lost that game. That just made me even more tired. So, I appreciate you guys all for joining the stream as always. So, do not forget to leave a comment in the comment section down below. Don't forget to drop a like. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button. It does me a great deal of service. And also use the code TTPSPORTS, $20 off your first purchase at SEATGEEK. Great deal. Do not pass it up. Terrible loss. Bounce back tomorrow. That's all you can do. And we'll see.